Hi, I'm Rob, and it's Guild Wars time again. I do like Guild Wars, especially when the fights start to get a bit harder. Up against Glisbetri today. Currently in bracket 32, this is a brand new guild after all. We rose up something like 14 or 15 brackets from last time. So next time we should be like early 20s or even better. Then the next month after that is when it should start to get really interesting. Right, so all green team required there for this battle up against Franco first of all. Okay, it's a new team or new player. Try and give some little tips at the same time, because one thing I noticed here straight away is you've got 4 standard troops, but no hero. But you've still picked like Rune Priest as if the player thinks he's just helping. It's not. You need to have the hero in the team to benefit from the classes. Like over here, for example, I've got my Essence of Evil, and I get all those traits, and you benefit from anything in your champion talents, which can be an absolute game changer, especially with Elementalist being a really good thing. Even if you just add a hero with Elementalist and you had that third trait of a 4-match stun, freeze, burn, entangle somebody on the opposition, that can change the game. So it's better to have the hero if you can. They're normally going to be the best player in the team, or the best potential anyway, depending upon what you've done. But hey ho, the team I'm using here is going to be Archer class. They're going to have Essence of Evil, inflicts all negative status effects on an enemy, then explodes magic +1 gems of their mana colour. Then I'm going to go mad with Skulls. The Wild Queen steals attack, then creates a bunch of skulls and green. And the Wild King gives everybody attack, then creates a mix of skulls and yellow. So we'll try and do that, and we'll start with a quick start with a Leprechaun, starting battles with full mana and exploding green. The banner for this is going to be +2 green, +1 brown, -1 red mushroom banner from Manithrax. And the traits are standard. Don't really want that to happen. You get more points if you do damage, and if it's lethal damage, it doesn't really count. I would kind of prefer the option to turn some of these off now and again. It would be nice, but I'm not sure that'll actually happen. But starting battles with 50% mana is nice. And we'll go for Hunt. Knife throwing? Or are these irrelevant? Yeah, I don't think them ones really matter. But Root Trap, superb. Entangle the first enemy at the start. Nature's Aura. Greenstorm is what we want. Wall of Vines, very handy. Dodge, very handy. And Thieves Guild. Sometimes the last ones are actually not that great, but the ones that are there are absolutely very useful. Right, so green, 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 green. Everybody's green. Let's go. So looking for any potential 4 matches straight away. You're looking to things like drop these down and things like that. If there's nothing there, you can just go for a normal match on green. And the trouble with that is, either way, I'm giving them a skull hit. They are entangled, so they're not going to do any actual damage. And I've got my Leprechaun, but it can sometimes be better to actually collect some mana normally, depending upon the situation. So let's cast this now. Didn't get the skull batteries that time, but we are ready to go with skulls. Let's give them a wallop. Let's take away that barrier. Come on, Wild King, go mental. That'll do it. First game down. 3,280 Guild Wars points that was. On to the next one. Oh, Franco again. This means we don't have very many people in this guild. Oh well. Can only beat what's there for now. Like I say, that's why I'm looking forward to the higher brackets. I do enjoy the tougher fights. Right, so when you cast Essence of Evil, you're looking to explode colours which are relevant on the board. Green and blue are not too bad. Red and brown are not too bad. Blue is okay. That's probably a good mixture overall. as is green and blue. I'll chuck it on Apothecary. That worked out okay. Alright, now Queen, go nuts. Always cast Wild Queen on somebody that's not entangled, because otherwise you're not stealing any attack, because their attack is effectively 0 because of the entanglement. Now, should we cast Wild King first or take this first? We'll take that, I think. Plenty of skulls there, that worked out nice. We'll take this extra turn and a Skull Bash. Go on, King. Who is next? Angel. Similar team, just with Emperina this time. Gives life and attack to an ally, then cleanse and heal them. Okay, still no hero. Yeah, see, whoever made this team, this is a little tip, not sort of having a go at you for getting it wrong or anything like that. It's like everybody has to learn. I probably made these same sort of mistakes in the beginning as well, but you've chosen the Elementalist, which is a really good class for Guild Wars. It can really mess up the opposition. But without a hero in the team, it doesn't make any difference. You can pick anything you like. You need the hero in the team to make those things active. There's no hero. So I can go with this. I saw Elementalist when this first started and thought, oh, I'm going to have to switch some medals around, bring in some Orpheus medals just in case I get 4 matches. But I don't have to do that because no hero, no champion talents. Alright, so do I explode Leprechaun or do I match this green? I think I'll take a chance on explosions. Let's get some, what we got? Red is nice, so is yellow. Blue is not very good. Red and brown is probably the best average. They can change into a giant frog. Let's grab all of his attack. Oh, that wasn't very good. We'll take double green, give him 1 skull hit, or nearly skipped that then. They are entangled. I can afford to give them that hit without taking damage, and that will get my... That's changed. It's changed. He's about to summon someone. That's right. It gives us someone else to kill. Yep, red and yellow is pretty good. Now King. Go wild. Go crazy. Don't really need to take these because it counts as an extra turn, and the more turns you take, you lose small amounts of points, and yellow is pretty good for the Wild King's spell, so let's go for this. 1 Basharoo. Does that kill him? Has he got armor? Damage from skulls by 50%, so basically my attack might as well be 105, which in that case is not going to kill him, so I need to do extra damage. Let's do it with Wild King then. And dead. Everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave. Coming up, maybe. Don't get too excited. There could be a Paragon there, which is like, takes you by surprise and then just kills you. And then you look a Muppet for saying something like that. Daemon. See, here we have a good team. We have Tidecaller. Now, these traits from Tidecaller will be relevant because there's the hero in the team. It is Flesh Ripper, and it has eliminate all armor from an enemy, deal damage boosted by the armor eliminated, which is a decent weapon. Champion talents, gain life, purification, fast healing, and a mana source with a Medal of Orpheus. And submerge myself when I take damage, means that damage to all would not affect him, but I'm not doing a damage to all team. And they're gonna deal damage to the first 2 enemies, Steel Magic and Silencers, which is quite annoying, so I want to get rid of him quickly. Fornessa deals damage to an enemy equal to their attack. That's a good troop to use if you think you're up against more powerful opponents. And the Wild King, as we saw, is pretty mental when he gets his act together. Right, but I'm just going to stick with the same team, I think. When things get properly harder in Guild Wars, I do like to start showing how to counter teams and things like that. It's a lot of fun. Basically, by looking at the team, seeing what their strengths are, how it's going to be a pain to you, and then basically how to counter the team and make it a real pain for them to make the most of what they intended, basically. Alright, I want to stop that Flesh Ripper from getting going, so Essence of Evil, you can use it in two ways. You can put it on the person who you want to generate the mana colour of, because it explodes gems of their mana colour, or you can just simply put it on the person who you don't want to cast their spell, in this case, their hero. Hello. A few little skull bashages there. Wild Queen, we cast it on their Wild King. It's going to take away all his attack. Even if she fails to connect with her spell, it's not going to make any difference because he's going to have no attack to respond with. Nice combination, the Wild King and the Wild Queen together in harmony. Did I look at the score last time? 1,661. And last one against Lars, the Paragon. We have Knight Coronet, removes all purple gems with no effect. This is possibly intended for against a purple team. Deal damage to the enemy boosted by the gems removed, then deal the same to the last enemy. Kerberos, 40 damage to an enemy with a 40% chance to devour them. This is one thing you want to stop happening. These percentage chance to devours do have a habit of working on Guild Wars Day. It's like that's something I absolutely do not want to chance, so I will probably get my Essence of Evil up as fast as possible and chuck it on them. Blast Cannon deals damage to a random enemy and silences, and Druid deals light splash damage to 2 random enemies. So it's only really Kerberos we have to be wary of here, and again, no hero. Right, so no initial 4 matches. Not a lot of green around this entire centre area, so I'm not going to get a huge amount of this when I cast Leprechaun. And there's so many around the edge as well. Only 2 of the green ones aren't on the edge. And when they're on the edge, obviously you explode less because you explode with the gem and all surrounding gems. But unless I can get any double benefits from cascades anywhere, don't have much of a decent first move, really. Oh well, let's wing it with a Leprechaun. That's going to give me a 4-match red. Need to make sure their Kerberos doesn't get any funny ideas about scoffing me up. And yeah, that'll do it. That'll be a 4-match if they survive, but they don't. Well, another very straightforward day there for the first day. But like I say, things will get harder, and I love it when they get harder. We're in the higher brackets really soon. That was 1,803 Guild Wars points. Which means today's total was 9,676, which is not too shabby, but it is very straightforward at the moment, so nothing overall to get too excited about. But there's a video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful, helpful, any of those things, be really cool if you hit that like and subscribe if you've not done so already. But thanks for watching, most of all, and see you again next time. Bye for now.